Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to another video. Coming at you live today. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and please put a like on the video. So just get straight into it then. Sheffield United game at the weekend. Wow, massive disappointment. I know Sheffield United are doing really good this season. I know they're solid, they're well organised, but come on, man, at the Emirates, these are teams we should be beating, right? I thought the performance was pretty woeful, to be honest with you. Having said that, what was Mike Dean looking and VAR looking at when they reviewed that penalty? I mean, they even actually reviewed it on VAR and still didn't give it. I've seen it a million times. I've seen still pictures where the defender's got his leg stuck out, and I've seen a video and that. I know he tries to sort of pull it back, but the speed Pepe was cutting inside that, there's no way he could have. There's no way he could have got his leg out in time, and it was a definite stonewall penalty. Moments like that changed the game. Unfortunately, VAR's been a season. However, it still doesn't take away we were shocking. Apparently Arteta's convinced Granit Xhaka to stay. I don't know what he's doing there. I don't understand what these managers are seeing in Xhaka that everybody else isn't seeing. Yeah, I mean, the only people who sort of really showed a light was Martinelli. Again, another goal. I think that's 9 goals for him now this season. He's got to start for me against Chelsea. I don't care, how big Lacazette's name is. The guy's not scoring. Every time Martinelli comes on, he either scores or he looks really lively. It looks like he's actually doing something worthwhile. I'm a bit annoyed as well that the boards aren't really seem to be doing anything. We're doing transfer windows, updates and stuff like that. Yeah, we're linked with this guy, we're linked with that guy. And then nothing really happens. I know in the last sort of few days of the window, that's where all the negotiations sort of come together. And it depends sometimes on who's moving to where and what happens. But some of the guys we linked with, like Kurzawa, I mean, he's been out for the last season or two really with some back problems. Is that the sort of player that we want to bring in? Have we not got enough injuries already? And even if he hadn't, is he really good enough to play for Arsenal? I'm not convinced. It looks like another cheap and cheerful signing from Arsenal, if I'm honest with you. I'm a little bit fed up of all that. We came to the Emirates to compete and to buy top players and be an elite club and get in the Champions League and actually compete for winning it. I mean, we're not even going to get into Europa League next season. That's how far we've fallen. Other players, Boateng, another guy who's been linked with Arsenal. Again, just another sort of player that you don't really want. He's old, he's declining. Bayern Munich don't even want him. They're almost giving him away. They don't even want a transfer fee for him. They're just like, yeah, just pay his wages and you can have him. 200 grand a week almost. I think it's 197 grand a week he's on. No thanks. And then we're lumbered with him. And then, come the summer when we should be buying another top-class defender, or a top-class defender, should I say, they were going, oh, well, we bought Boateng. Well, yeah, great. So then you've now got Socrates, David Luiz, and Boateng all aging, has been, centre-backs, and some of them weren't even that great in their prime. And now we've got all them free, and that's, we might as well just hold our defence together, with black nasty sticking tape. It's a bit discouraging, if I'm honest with you. The fact that we're what, 20 days now into a transfer window? Is it the 20th today? I think so, yeah. 20th today, and we still haven't signed anyone, which I never get really, because I know a lot of things happened in the last week or sort of the transfer window. We've seen that in the summer as well. And we just talked about negotiations, and it depends where some players go to where. But if you leave it to the end of the window, let's say the January transfer window, for example, you're potentially missing 4, 5, 6 games where you could have picked up points by bringing some of these players in. So what are we waiting for? We haven't got 6 games to lose, crying out loud. I can see it now. We're not going to end up in Europa League this season if, we keep going the way we are. And you know what? I think a lot of people, especially myself, are just a bit fed up with it. We've had 10, 15 years of this crap, and it's just not good enough. We're Arsenal, we pay the highest ticket prices. We go support our team every week. We're a worldwide, elite football club, supposedly. And we're just always shopping in bloody Audi. It's pathetic, really. I've heard people say, You know, January, it's difficult to buy players. It's not difficult to buy players, right? If you spend the money, if you offer the money, they'll come. I mean, look at Aubameyang. He came for £60 million in January 2 years ago. Coutinho went to Barcelona from Liverpool in January transfer window. I think they offered, what was it, 145 million or something stupid like that for him. So it just goes to show, I'm not saying we should offer that for a player, but if you've got the money, which we have, we've got 220 million pounds stuck in our bank account doing absolutely fuck all, then go spend it. Go buy an Upamecano. You know, it's just sat in our bank account doing absolutely nothing, and we get spun the same shit every year. We just go round and round in circles, just replacing not good enough players with again more not good enough players. I mean, what's the fucking point? So yeah, it's a bit demoralising. I mean, even another point I want to make about Upamecano and players like that, go, oh, you know, we've got to wait till the summer. Yeah, but in the summer when he's cheaper, there's going to be 5 or 6 other clubs in for him. There's going to be Barcelona in for him, Man City in for him, Chelsea, whoever else, Man United, Juventus, whatever. He's going to come. He's going to pick Arsenal out of all of them. Not? No, he's not. So just go and get it done. That's all I ask. You know, go and get a top player, get it done, and yeah, you know, if you offer the money, the players will come. You know, especially if you offer them the wages as well, the player will want to sign. A few other things as well. That Bruno, is it Guamesh? Again, another player we've been linked with. So again, I just feel that it's a massive risk. 25 million, which they're not doing anyway. You know, if we do go for him, yeah, he could be a hit, but then he could be another Xhaka. You know, why take the risk? Why not go for someone who's Premier League tried and tested? I mean, some of the players that, you know, are some Arsenal fans, you know, sort of go, oh, he's not good enough for us. You know, people like Lewis Dunk and Didi, Decore, people like these. These are all players that would make our team massively better straight away, and especially in players in positions that we need. I mean, you know, another thing is we're playing Lacazette and Aubameyang, and it just doesn't work. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Aubameyang is better when he plays in the centre, which means we do need a left winger. I'm not saying he's our biggest priority, because he's not. You know, clearly centre defence and defensive midfielders, but we do need a left winger, and if that means having to sacrifice Lacazette, I think we should do it. I think his move to Atletico hinges on whether Cavani goes to Atletico. News today is that Cavani has handed in a transfer request. So we will see what happens. Does that mean he's come to Arsenal? Because obviously we've been linked to him as well. Does that mean he's going to Atletico Madrid? Who knows? Again, Cavani, another one really. Yeah, you know, he's a good striker, or was a good striker, but he's 32 now. You know, I just don't want to really see these players at Arsenal anymore. I want to see us competing for the best players. You know, the Upamecanos of this world, and you know, it's great that we got Pepe, but you know, we didn't really need him at the time. You know, we could have done without him. I'd have rather spent £70 million on a top centre back. You know. But yeah, we'll see how that one develops. Will he be an Arsenal player at the end of the transfer window? Who knows? But I know it's going to go right down to the wire, and it depends, again, like I said, where if players move and where they move to. Mustafi, he's another player. And it looks like his deal's not going through at the moment. Obviously, you've got Mavropanos, who's gone on loan to Nuremberg. And you have Chambers, who's a long-term injury, and Saliba is still obviously on loan to the end of the season, which basically leaves us with Mustafi, David Luiz, Socrates, and Rob Holding. If Rob Holding's ever really going to, you know, come on or find some form or be injury-free for a sustained period of time. But again, we wait to see what happens there. You know, Mustafi, I think it's best for both parties if he just isn't at this club anymore. He's clearly not good enough. And I think it'd be good for him, really, to get away from us, really. You know, he's got a lot of abuse, and some of it deservedly so, for, you know, some of his shocking performances and mistakes. And I think he just needs to move on now, if I'm honest with you. Our issue is at the moment that we can't even really seem to give them away, really, which is you know, a worrying sign, really. So keep these players who are out of sorts, you know, in other clubs, face of Arsenal. So we keep getting these players who are out of sorts in other clubs, face of Arsenal, says Sanjay. Yeah, absolutely agree, mate. We just keep getting players who just, you know, aren't what we need. They're not good enough. You know, we need to be going after top players. And if you get rid of like a Mickey Mouse player who isn't up to scratch, like a Mustafi, like a Granit Xhaka, and you bring in someone who's just the same, then what's the point? You're just swapping a like for like. You're just going around in circles again, And again, like I say, another transfer when it comes in summer, it's another excuse not to buy anyone because we've just got this other guy who's still not good enough. Oh God, it's frustrating. I wish Arsenal would just sort it out, really. Ozil, I know he divides opinion a lot. We've got to see more from him. He's a number 10. He needs to score and create more goals. He was lacking again at the Sheffield United game. Brilliant against Chelsea, Manchester United, but 2 games out of every 10 or whatever, it isn't good enough. He needs to show up more consistently. And again against a team like Sheffield United, this is teams where he should be shining. He should be, he should have them all twisted up in knots, and sliding balls through for our strikers and wingers and stuff like that. And it's just not happening. But look, it looks like we're stuck with him at least until the end of the next season. I think again we've tried to sort of move him on to someone like Galatasaray. I heard rumours about the Chinese and American leagues because obviously they could offer the big bucks, but he says he's happy here, so it looks like he's staying for a bit, and that's fine. Cool. If he's going to stay, then fine. He needs to show up more and he needs to create more. It's as simple as that. He's unfortunately he's not the Mesut Ozil that was at Real Madrid all them years ago. I wish he was, because he was absolutely fucking brilliant back then. I remember when Germany beat us in the World Cup 4-2, and he was absolutely outstanding. That's the Mesut Ozil we need to see more of. But moving on, we've got some positives. Saka's been brilliant again, a young lad playing left back. I know he's a bit lucky with the cross for Martinelli's goal. I think he took a slight deflection, but again, he's playing really good. Torreira is playing really well. Now he's playing his defensive midfield position. I don't understand what Emery was doing playing attacking midfield. Completely wrong, the wrong decision to play him there. But he needs a partner there, I think, to help him out. Again, I don't rate Xhaka. He's not good enough. And although he's turned in a few decent performances, to move us up to that next level, back into the Champions League, back into the top 4, we need to get someone better. I'm just not convinced that Bruno Gomes, or whatever you pronounce it, is the answer. And lastly, I want to say about Martinelli, absolutely brilliant. Again, another goal. I think that's 9 now in 10 starts. I know he's had a few sub appearances, but again, absolutely brilliant. And I think he needs to start more. And if that means dropping Lacazette, then so be it. Lacazette's not playing well at the moment, and Martinelli, every time he comes on, either scores or looks absolutely brilliant. So I'd be more than happy to start him against Chelsea. Let me know what you guys think, though. Leave it in the comments below. Write down there who you would start against Chelsea. I'm going to go through my starting 11 soon. Got a bit of news for the game. So if you want to watch the game, it's at 8:15 tomorrow evening. And it's on BT Sport. So you can watch the game on there. Arsenal team news, obviously you already know Aubameyang suspended for another 2 games, so he won't be playing. Callum Chambers is obviously out to the end of the season. Tierney, again, another one. He's back in training. He was actually, fun enough, pictured training with William Saliba back at the Arsenal training grounds the other day. But he still continues his recovery and isn't due back till the start of March. So now, and Socrates. What else? Who else we got? There's one other player as well who's out. I can't remember who he is now. Chelsea, though. So they have got Reece James, the right back, young lad who looks like he's been really good since coming to Chelsea team. He is going to be a doubt. They're going to assess him, I think, before the game, see if he's fit. Alonso, who's been injured for them as well, he may be back for the Arsenal game. Again, they're going to assess him, Chelsea, and also Pulisic. Looks like this game's actually come too soon for him. It looks like he's going to be out for until all the way out till after February. So it looks like he's out for quite a while, actually. So he's not going to play tomorrow night. Going into the Chelsea game, then, I've got to admit I'm a little bit worried. We seem to be drawing a lot of games. I know we're not losing, and that's great, but we need to start turning some of these draws into wins. I don't really know what to say other than we just need to somehow, just in some way, shape, or form, grab a win from somewhere or a couple of wins together. Stamford Bridge has always been a difficult place for us to go, or has been recently. So, I'm not overly confident. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Arsenal. I'll be honest with you, I'm not completely sure why I'm saying that. But, the law of averages says our luck has to change soon, especially, after that VAR decision when they didn't give it to Pepe, that penalty to Pepe. I mean, unbelievable. How can they review that and just like that in a second just go, no penalty? I mean, it's a clear fucking penalty. I mean, I don't even know what they're watching. In my opinion, VAR should be like the World Cup, where the referee goes off to the sidelines, views it himself, and he makes a decision whether it's a penalty or not. But I'm sure they'll hopefully sort that out in the summer, because it needs sorting out. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Again, let me know what your score predictions are for the game. Sanjay says Laka seems just lost on the pitch. Guess all the scoring outside the pitch is affecting him. Yeah, I think there's something going on in his social life. He doesn't look very happy at the moment, Lacazette. Who knows what that is? So maybe it's that. Maybe maybe he knows he's leaving and doesn't want to leave. I know he's got a great relationship with Aubameyang. Who knows? Maybe he does want to leave. Maybe he does want to go to Atletico Madrid, and he's just a bit fed up of playing his team, and he's biding his time so he can go at the end of January. I mean, who knows? I mean, all will be revealed, I guess, at the end of January, by the end of the transfer window shut-in time. But again, 2-1 I'm going to go for Arsenal. My starting 11 is going to be Bernd Leno in goal. Again, apart from that clang against the last game at Chelsea, I think he's been really good this season. If he had a half-decent defence in front of him, no doubt he'd have kept a lot more clean sheets. Right back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I believe Bellerin's still injured. Or no, actually, was he on the bench for the other game? Can't remember. But again, Bellerin's another one. Just, fails to live up to his potential. When he does get in the team, he's either not that great, or he's injured again after 6 or 7 games. So I wanted to stick with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I know he wasn't great against Sheffield United, but other than that, he's been really good actually at right back. So I'm going to keep him there. Saka, again, left back. Our back four pretty much picks itself at the moment. Soon as we've got half a defence out and the other half are shit anyway. Centre defence, David Luiz. And if Socrates isn't going to make it, let's assume he's not, we're going to have to go with Mustafi again. So that's our back four. Midfield, going to go for Torreira. Again, he's one of the few shining lights so far. He's been brilliant when he's come back in the defensive midfield. Let's hope he can kick on and still be good. Granit Xhaka to partner him. It seems that we're a little bit more solid when them two play together as opposed to Guendouzi and Torreira. Although I must admit, I do like Guendouzi. I think we need more protection for our defence. That's all. I think in a couple of years' time, I think Guendouzi is going to be absolutely brilliant. I really do. People forget how young he is, and he's been here season and a half. He's played 70 odd games. And I think he's actually really well. He's actually grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck at times and drove us forward. And for such a young lad, is brilliant. And he's even been called up into the France squad a couple of times. I know that's because a couple of French players got injured, but still, I mean, they're world champions at the moment, so it's not easy getting into that squad. Up front on the right wing, I am going to go for Pepe. I think he had a poor game, against Sheffield United. Although obviously that penalty could have changed things. Who knows from there? Right wing, Reece Nelson is injured. Banging is out. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go for Martinelli on the left. Ideally, I'd have liked him to play in the centre, but I think just injuries and stuff, we're going to have to play him on the left. Number 10, I'm going to go for Ceballos. I think Ozil should sit this one out or sit on the bench. If Ceballos is 100% fit, I don't see any reason why Ozil should start over him. He's not produced for the last couple of games. So I think we should give Ceballos another go in the team. And Lacazette up front. Again, I would prefer Martinelli up front, but injuries obviously dictate who's fit and who's not. So I'm going for Lacazette. This guy again just needs a goal of any sort really to get his shooting boats back on and just get his confidence back up really. He is a good striker, but something's badly wrong. Like Sanjay just said there, maybe all this, whatever he's doing off the field is affecting his performances on the field. But either way, he needs just to somehow, even if it's a toe poke or a tap in or it's come off his arse and bounced in the net or a deflection. I don't care. He just needs to get a goal from somewhere. Glad to see Nketiah have a quick run out, although I don't think that was the right decision at that point in the game yet. Last time against Sheffield United, but interesting to see. Let's see what he can do. This brings me to another point really that I said in a previous video, that maybe one of the reasons why Arteta's keeping hold of him is because maybe Lacazette is off to Atletico Madrid. Because otherwise that'll leave us with just Aubameyang and Martinelli. Well, really that's slightly short there, so especially with other injuries and other positions. So maybe he's keeping Nketiah because of that reason. And again, maybe it depends on what happens then. If Lacazette doesn't go to Atletico Madrid, maybe they'll go, okay, then we've got Martinelli, Aubameyang, Lacazette. Maybe then Nketiah can then go on loan to Bristol City or to Villa or Sheffield Wednesday. Or I think Nottingham Forest was the other one. But I guess we'll wait and see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What's your score prediction? What's your starting 11? And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe and stick a big thumbs up on the video. Again, guys, share this content around. I really appreciate that. And yeah, let's hope for a win tomorrow. Until next time, guys, see you later.